All right, so SPY. Let's see a little pre-market weekly volatility range love here. Look at this first 15-minute wick. Top side of the weekly range, middle. See what happens right here. What? Let me flip this on SPY real quick. BTC, like 90-minute, 4-hour. Looks like it's getting ready to turn around. Let's see though on SPY. Yeah. Z-score is pretty low. What was that on? Is that on BTC? Let me check something real quick. I think it was. Yeah. Yeah. That's when I just checked a little bit ago. The volatility was flashing. And there was a bull div on the Z-score. Bull div on returns oscillator. Yeah, this 15-minute looks like it's possibly getting ready to flip. That's what I love about the DLP, right? Yeah. For 15-minute, I mean, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 5 hours. Let's see. Minute. Yeah, and this 90-minute setting up this bull div right here. Like it a lot. And the 4-hour hidden bull got pretty low down here below this 2SD band too. As you can see, we get the correlation isn't there for this move to the top side on the 4-hour yet. It's definitely negatively correlated. Entropy is almost random again. It is random. About to flash though. About to flash. Let's see what this 12-hour did overnight. Yeah, same thing. Some hidden bull. Hidden bull in the 12-hour. This daily did overnight. Nothing changed. Random entropy. But now we're expanding. Right, we were expanding positively correlated. Yeah, overnight this correlation broke. Negatively correlated. We definitely, I mean, there was some bear div on the DLP right here, but these 2 points are not. So we can kiss that goodbye. There's nothing to see there. Yeah, div. Okay, that being said, back to SPY now. Well, let me pull up my correlation chart on these. Whoops. That is not what I wanted. Let's see. What are you, my little correlation? There you are. We're on the 15-minute. Interesting. Yeah. Starting to sweep up right now. Okay. Starting to slope back up, positively correlated here. Still significantly negative. Let me throw on. Let's see. There we go. Whoa. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you can see pretty much just overnight, right? I mean, the correlation broke. Of course it did, right? Traditional markets were closed. You can see immediately, though, as soon as they opened up, yeah, this thing's starting to slope up. Backtrack to that last 4-hour candle and flipped up. So SPY. Now I'm going to make an assumption here. These higher time, yeah. All these higher time frames are going to be significantly correlated. Oh yeah, yeah. 2-day really kicked up. And then it was starting to really slope down. And bam, pop. 3-day, good. Weekly, I'm sure. Yeah, weekly's still good. Hmm. That ain't interesting. I wonder if we can change the scale on this, man. Pin the right scale. Pin the new right scale. That's what I'm looking for. If anybody ever wanted, if you ever add on, right? You just hit this little plus button up here. It's already correlated with SPY, right? I saved it on that. But if you want to actually see that SPY price action, right click on the price action for SPY and just reset it. Give it its own scale. When you scale them together, it just doesn't give you a good print. Okay, let's see back here. Yeah. Back in any minute. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, we'll watch this. It's definitely starting to correlate up. You know what? It was actually right. So here's what I was looking at earlier too on this 15-minute. Right. I mean, here was the move yesterday. Back up to what, 24 something? Yeah, 24.3 area. And then slow. Right. I mean, returns mean revert. You can see it on these lower time frames. So what's happening now, right? We're way below the mean. Actually, and from the beginning of that move, about 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. when this move started to the downside, and that's 4 a.m. Eastern. Um, Started dipping out below the Laplace distribution here, pulled back up in. And that's what people do. And this is why what's great for alpha traders, right? And specifically, you read all these horror stories about people buying these tops, buying bottoms. Guys, I literally, I literally know somebody that's literally these last two big bull runs, right? The end of 17, this recent one, dude buys the top both times. When I'm literally calling me, asking me, what he should do. And I tell him, look, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is what I'm doing. And of course, he does the exact opposite and buys the top both times. Almost got divorced the first time. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out for him. But look at this. You know what? 15. I mean, we get this to mean revert. I mean, this thing's going to be right back up mid, few $100 back up, 23.6 area probably. Get a charge back up here. Watch these returns mean revert. And obviously, right, there's a 95.4% chance you regain this level. You're right in that same area. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. How does this look though? Yeah, this is what I want to check out too. All right, let's see. It has been raining like crazy. Rain. Giving me a damn break. 7 bars. All right. Let's flip these on. 7.
It's amazing. It's amazing how the Gaussian distribution on the 15-minute matches like a projection boss so very nicely.
All right.
So very nicely.
So very nice. There we go.
And
All
also the
right.
RMLR. Incredible.
Let's see here. I want to turn off. Boom. There we go. Yeah. This 4-hour down move kicked up perfectly from the 95.4. It's got a wick right to it. That's what we love about this. I mean, we can get better than that. Well, what was there? Why did the price action stop? That's all probabilities and math. Thing is, you can show this to people a million times, man. It just never clicks. I've had people tell me, "Well, you're just putting that right where you're aligning that so it will look like this." It's like, oh my goodness gracious, really? Okay, here I'll show you about 500 examples from pivots and price. How it just it is what it is. smart individuals figure it out pretty damn quick that, okay. Oh, is this all about math? Yeah, it actually is. It's all about the probabilities, all about them. And for a long time, there was people saying, no, you can't trade using the distribution, right?
Right.
It's kind of ridiculous.
And the people today saying algos fail. Yeah, algos fail when they're built with terrible maths, and the ones that are built by the big boys, they don't mess with that stuff.
Right.
So their algos might fail once in 100 trades or once in 1,000 trades, but they don't usually.
Yeah, look at this 12-hour, right? I mean, goes up, boop, just gets stifled by the reverse mean. And next two 12-hour candles, just riding the mean. It's riding the mean. Now we're back up above it. It's good. Let's see here. But where I was going with that. So, using this distribution, like when we're in these massive volatile moves, whether it be bull or bear, there's a reason why we don't buy tops and sell bottoms. All right. We know where price action is in the distribution of returns. It makes 0 sense. Like, let's go back to 2000 into 2017. Makes literally 0 sense. Not only was that move to 20K, did it get outside of this? And now this is back in 17, right? We were using normal distribution back then, right? Laplace wasn't even on the scene yet. Might have been just creeping. But we were above the second standard deviation on that weekly, on that projection from, I believe, a $250 Bitcoin. And on that, and you know what? I think that was on the monthly chart too. And not only did we get outside the second standard deviation, on that current candle, nailed the 3SD. I mean, right where the top was, nailed that sucker within bucks. It's ridiculous how accurate this stuff is. And then boom, then the move starts back to $3,100 from 20,000. There's people up there buying tops. So when you're outside of a second standard deviation range, 95.4% level, which this is where people get lost. There's only a 4.6% chance that price action stays above that level. Are you going to buy up there? I'm not saying it can't go to a 3SD, but what are the probabilities telling us? Hell no, you're not going to buy there. And how many people got wrecked buying up there? How many people got wrecked buying at 65, right? On this time. Who bought the top at 70K? They're out there. They're out there for sure. But when you're looking at the distribution, you're like, yeah, no thanks. I've seen this again. I've seen this before. So, and you can go down to the 1 minute and fire off this distribution projection and just be like, what the? It's just so accurate. It's incredible. So that's why we use the distribution models that we use. It's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. So boom, boom, boom. Let's back these up one. Now we're on the 90 minute. Guess we're playing with the projection boss. We like it. Very friendly. Yeah, right now trying to get back up inside this 95.4 on the 90 minute. Just from this recent move here, 2:00 in the morning, Eastern time. What is happening over here? Let's see. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how this day works out. Below the mean again, though, down here on the 90. I'm starting to like even daily down through these time frames of where this reverse means at. It's getting better and better, right? It was looking doomsdayish especially on the macro time frames, 2-day, 3-day, weekly. And we've talked about it before, just because that reverse mean was down, like even on the weekly. I mean, what was it down? It was down around 8K, something like that. It doesn't mean price action has to go down there. So that is the reverse mean of log returns. It's not the reverse mean of price action, number one, because price action doesn't have a mean. That's your first clue. But that is not it. But yeah, they're definitely looking good. So let's back up on the weekly. Yeah, look at the weekly. Weekly's really starting to turn around. Or hell, it was lower than that. Hell, it was down to 5K. But now we're starting to smooth to the top side. And obviously, you know, when you use this projection model, you really start to realize what the hell's going on. Especially like, where's the reverse mean in here? So, very interesting. I'm still waiting. This will be interesting when this week closes, right? We close anywhere up around here, even on the top side of the top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range to the downside. We're talking right around 22.5, right? We're going to open up next week right in this little valley right here, above the mean. Then we can officially say, yes, there's been mean reversion. Now, what's going to happen? We're going to use that as support down there. We're going to start moving back up to the top side. Or are we going to break down? We're going to go to lower levels, new lows. Nobody knows, right? Nobody knows, especially in a most of the time random market. Although that has been changing lately, 100% in my opinion. There's a lot more trend going on. Even as little as, so when did we get, let's see. And what the hell was the name of that indicator? Help me out here, Yasha. The Bally put out was one of those where we first started getting a glimpse into some real trend. Was it the Durbin Watson?
DWT and VRT show you. DWT and VRT together show you.
Yeah. There you go.
Random walks and trends very nicely if you. But
Right.
they can be quite complicated for a lot of people, I've noticed. So that's why I'm very glad we built our own tools that are technically better and easier to read. And honestly, I mean, the accuracy both are high, but the accuracy was in the sense of, because it's easier to read, I think it's therefore more accurate in the sense of actual performance for traders, as opposed to just math nerds who want to look at a lot of lines.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think VRT and DWT are very good, but like what we have is just a whole different league. I mean, look at how clean and simple that is to read. Look at that. Look at, and these are amazing. Like, yeah, the correlation with the entropy. I mean, it's so perfect. Even without the recent add-ons on the things we're testing with the direction predictor and everything. Even without that, like the older version of AMEPP is just so powerful. It's just like you know exactly where the random walks are and exactly where the trending moves are. And you can see any time frame, and you can see whether or not that random walk or trending move is getting stronger or weaker. It's just how that is invaluable information for anybody looking to make a move on any time frame.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Going at that was
hats off to our makers. Hats off to our
There's a lot more
indie makers.
And as little as like 2 years ago, there's a lot more trend in the markets. From what I've seen, that's just a weekly. When you go down onto like
drop
it up to 90. I mean, there's a lot of trend, man.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a lot of trend. Way more than there used to be. Especially deep trends. Deep trend trends.
And it makes a lot of sense because there's a lot more institutional money in the game, right?
Yep. It is good to know.
Well,
we love to
think
know
about it.
Trending.
The more institutional money there is in the game, the more the bots are running the algos, the more the trades are happening with that. Obviously, you can see more trending information.
Yeah.
Than when it's just random retail buyers buying and selling.
Let's see. Boom. Is that the 4 hour? There's a daily. Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. When everybody's like, oh, we're going back down. I mean, come on. There's no sell pressure at all. Not on the daily. Price still going down on the 2-day? Yep. What you want to see? 3-day? Yep. Weekly? Yep. and rising on the weekly, finally, right? At least for the last 4 weeks, it's kind of declining. Now, boom, we're getting this little pop here. People are like, well, what the hell's going on? Like, well, right, we got that nice move right at the beginning of the week up to like 24, whatever it was, 24,250. But I do like on these higher time frames, just this nice decline in so it's definitely declining on all these higher time frames. Pretty much Zippo on the daily. 4 hour, obviously, right? That four, I mean, look at the power of that freaking all that sell. It was a lot to the downside on the buy pressure, which that right there in itself, that's going to create some divergence, right? And so then you go over here, he's like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Well, because there's an imbalance there. There's an imbalance in the buy and sell pressure, 100%. Just the power. Let's see here. You go over here, go to the 4 hour. So if it was setting up an imbalance in buy and sell pressure, there's going to be divergence somewhere, right? Well, yeah, there is going to be. That's S&P. I'm like, why am I getting a funny read? Well, you're not on Bitcoin, son. Yeah, hidden, right? It's hidden divergence. There's definitely hidden bull. Boom, boom. Got a lower low on the returns oscillator, higher low on the price action. Yeah. That was that little creation. Beautiful. That's just on the 4 hour. And on here on the 90-minute. Yeah, just for the last, I don't know, since that early in the morning, starting to decrease a little bit. There, we're getting some buy pressure coming in. All right, that's enough of our pretty. Boom, boom. I got to get ours loaded up. I know Donnie put out a nice little percentile thing. Got to check it. Every day it's something, though. Yeah. Every day. Van and Donnie tinkering. Tinkerwool. That's what we like. Okay, back to the 15-minute. What you gonna do? Well, it was. I mean, that 15-minute was setting up this bull div for a nice bounce off the zero mean, but apparently that is fizzling out. And this volatility is just expanding big time right now in the 15 negatively correlated or heading into negative correlation. Predictor's been a little choppy here, which is fine. Because we follow these simple trading rules. These indicators are going to give you good entries, but I don't care what you're using. Bitcoin is a volatile monster. When you least expect it, it will turn on you. And if it does, get out of the trade. That's all you got to do. But it's so hard for people. It's so hard for people to be like, damn it, got the best of me. Yeah, well, be lucky it was only for a couple bucks. Don't just sit in these trades and just watch your liquidity just drain from your account. Like, I read these posts all the time. And it's pretty amazing. And a lot of times it's some of the same people. Just, what are you doing, man? Why didn't you just get out of the trade? You know, they're just waiting for it to turn around. Way underwater. Gambling with futures. Don't even know what futures are. They're just sitting here freaking blindly just trading as a volatile monster. Swing trading it. That is a bad idea. A real bad idea. We all know that. You do not swing trade volatility. People that are new to trading might not understand that or might not understand why. Because you get these massive volatile swings, man. This is where taking profit comes into play. We trade these low time frames, we take our profit. We love the volatile swings. You're going to learn to hate them if you're trying to trade the 4 hour, 12 hour daily and stay in trades. My God. I got a newsflash. You better not be using leverage. You better not be using leverage. People think it's like actually a good tool. In the right hands, it can be a good tool. But you got to know what the hell you're doing. You got to understand the volatility and the entropy, what's going on. Like right now, Like you're trading traditional TA. How the hell would you know this 15-minute candle was just going to dump out a few $100 like that real fast? Well, we can already see the statistical outlier, right? On the variance. The predictor flip. Volatility, full expansion now, right? And so if you're if you were in a nice little short scalp and you're just playing the volatility, look at grade. Grade's at 100% too. And look at the other AVRs, the 981, the 2400, these thick gradient lines. They're almost peaked out too. Right now, I'm taking profit. I don't care if it drops another $500 or $1,000 or $10,000. It doesn't matter. This is all about winning. What else? Look at this 15-minute candle. What did it just nail? 99.7 Laplace. There's a 0.03% chance this 15-minute candle that closes in 3 minutes is going to close below this area, right? So you can watch the probabilities play out right here. Can it? Sure. There's a probability. There is a 0.03% chance. Bitcoin takes those kind of probabilities and will shock you, right? That's why this is just telling us. That's what's great about Bitcoin. It makes these volatile moves. It can literally go to the outside of the distribution. Very powerful. But boom, you take your profit. When that grade peaks out with percentile, that is a no-brainer. If they are both at 100%, just get the hell out of the trade. And that's just coming strictly from volatility. You take this off the chart, and you're just playing like entropy, and you're playing the outlier, the statistical outlier on the variance. Hey, you're possibly still in the trade. Then you're over here, you're looking, okay, let's go to BTC. And where are we at right now? Center of the weekly range. I even talked about this the other day. I was like, look, this tight weekly range, we're going to trend. And I even said it. I said it would not shock me at all. This thing trends to the top side. We almost got to the weekly R2 and then comes all the way back down to the weekly range. Here we are. Day 2 of the week. Pumped off of that tight daily, tight weekly, and we're right back at it. Bam. So if you're watching that, where else is a good place to take profit? Right here, top of the weekly. Hell, the 1SD, the center of the weekly. There's so many places that take profit here. Insane. That's how all this works together. All this works together. That's why I like having several monitors where I can have all these different charts up. I don't have to be flipping around. Got my exchange on one. I got all my charts on the others. It's a beautiful thing. It's all eyeballs and fingers. Learn your keyboard. Learn how to operate your exchange. Because the chances are you're not going to be looking at that keyboard. You're trading a 1 minute. You're a fucking dynamo. That's why not very many people do it. Who's trading the 1 minute? Who's trading the 30-second? The algos are. We're down there running with them like fucking great white sharks, eating up all the retail traders with them. Pretty crazy. And like right now in this 15 minute, this baby, it looks like it's closing outside that Laplace, that 99.7 Laplace. 23,084 is where it's at right now. And what do we got left here? 13 seconds. Would not shock me at all if this thing just rips up real quick. $50, $30 now. Just closes inside of it. Here it goes. We got 2 seconds. Oh boy, it tried. So it closed outside that 99.7 Laplace. But this is what's great about the distribution. You get a volatile move like that, it's going to send those levels screaming down to the bottom side. When you open up the new candle, look where you're at. Huh? We're right at the mean right here. Boom. So now the 99.7 Laplace is down there at 22.9 area. So, but usually when you get a move outside the distribution like that, you're usually going to go back and you're going to test some topside action, right? Even if it's just the top side of the 68.3, where it literally just got a wick to it almost right there, right? Sometimes you might go up and hit the 95.4. So we'll have to see how it plays out. That's what we do. That's what we do at Alpha Trading, right? This is where the volatility, the entropy, the probabilities, the statistics. Beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. 8:45. And yeah, so you're down there on the 5-minute, right? Still having this statistical outlier. No bull div of any sort at all. All the fissures. Look at the DLP is down here past the 95% confidence interval. Entropy's trending hard. Trending hard. And usually, when you get moves like this, you get this expansion significantly negatively correlated. Now, you're already at 100% volatility, or were. Now it's contracting. It's down to 96 on this candle, and it's starting to slope up positive. You're going to keep walking down. If you have contracting volatility and it's positively correlated, the price will continue to walk down. And this is how these ebb and flows work, right? It doesn't matter if it expands positively correlated. We get a move to the top side. Then it starts contracting negatively correlated, continues to walk up, right? Or sometimes is what you'll see. You could see this start to contract here, stay negatively correlated, right? It is contracting. It just flipped back, negatively correlated. The slope did anyway. Now this could start a walk up if this contraction continues and you stay negatively correlated. So this expansion negatively correlated with a quick, it tried to go positively correlated, contracting. This could ebb and flow right into a pump, right into a walk back up on the contraction, and then another pump positively correlated. These are just how these different scenarios play out. A high percentage of the time. And if you watch it on low time frames, you'll see it. You'll see it. Once you understand it and you start looking for it, you'll definitely see it. All right. It's not like one day just put together these 6 freaking scenarios that happens with volatility. Just, well, sometimes it works. It's not sometimes. When you understand the volatility, the contractions, the expansions, the correlations, you start to see it. You really do. You're like, holy shit. Because there is an ebb and flow to it. There definitely is an ebb and flow to it. There has to be. That's just the nature of the beast and all the breaks in correlation. And there is a lot. That's why people look at this indicator and just go, I surrender. I give up. I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at here. It's like, yeah, that's what we're here for, right? We'll baby step you right through it. But it's up to the individual. This isn't easy. This is going to take some time. This is definitely this takes time on the charts. And putting that much time in the charts, right? We're a special breed, right? Not a lot of people do this. Seriously. So if you find yourself here and you're studying these charts all the time, you've got the bug. You're going to get it. You will figure it out. There's no doubt. It just takes those eyes being trained on this stuff for so long, then everything starts clicking at some point. That's what I like to tell people. You'll just be plugging along, thinking you're not getting any of it, but you've got eyes on the charts, you're continuing, you're listening to the streams, you're interacting in the chats, you're reading what everybody else is posting. Then all of a sudden you kick the charts on one day and you see it. You just see it. That's all there is to it. Big time. But now, right? So then the correlation, now it's not significantly negatively correlated, although it did just boop, boop, pop right back. But it's, yeah, definitely contracting. It's sloping up positively correlated, which is going to continue to walk down. For real. Now you got the variance turning down negatively correlated. Now that could bring it back up. Problem is there's no bull div or anything down here on the 5. So this thing's just going to have to play out. Ride this trend. Let's see what's happening on the 15. Yeah. Nada. SPY is dropping. Let me see something real quick. Where did that put SPY at? Down by, yep, below the weekly now. Below the weekly. And I've seen this before, where these volatility ranges will get set up. You get the dailies above the weekly, above the monthly. Everything's set up perfectly. In BTC, even the traditional markets, they can just be like, here we go. So that's where you realize that some of these levels on top of these weekly ranges, like you don't even, it's all about buying and selling, right? Everybody's been doing this for a while. You understand that. When you see all this jibber jabber going on in other other discords or other whatever space you're in, you're just like, yeah, it's all buyers and sellers, man. Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it at all. So you get this R1 on the weekly, right, for SPY. You take one look at that. What's the liquidity right here? What was it? Doesn't take a brain surgeon, right? It was sell. That's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. Yesterday, gap up above the top side of the 68.3. Literally a wick dead to that. All right, and this is a no-brainer where you cannot successfully look. You could not close 2 candles above it. Right? You only closed 1 bullish candle above that area. Look at these wicks. That's telling you right there. Right, it's only a 15-minute chart. But this is the first 4-hour candle too, right? So that day opened up. Look what else is up there. You got the 4-hour first standard deviation. It was right above that area. So obviously, right on down. And now we open up this new day. And to be honest, yeah, man, this daily range hasn't even been tested like you'll usually get on these moves. It hasn't though. I mean, we opened right here. We opened up quite a bit below it. Then it just dropped down to the new daily 68.3, which is right below the bottom of the weekly range today. So yeah, interesting. I do have this feeling those things going to pop out. So let's look at SPY on these low time frames. Holy shit, man. It's as dark as night out here. Holy crap. What time is it? 10 o'clock. Jesus. We got some dark clouds rolling in, boys and ladies. Yep, time to flies here. So let's see. We're on the 15-minute. What do we got here? Actually, some hidden bulls setting up. But you can see the correlation. That's the first thing I look for. When I see divs setting up, boom, I'm looking at the correlation. This baby's not ready. You got all the fishers heading down too. The predictor is what the predictor is. Volatility. Let's see what happens here. What time we got? Yeah, 6 minutes left in this candle. Significantly negatively correlated. Flat volatility. So that's keeping this 15-minute candle up. Right in the 68.3 range up here. But if that, all this volatility has to do is just expand a little bit and boop, 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 boop. This thing's going to drop probably down here, 409.50. Could be an area if it does it in the next 5 minutes. That's a pretty quick move for SPY in that short a time, but we will see. DLP's building too. Not setting up any div, that's for sure. Yeah, even way back here. Yeah, no divvies. No divs. See the 45 here. Yeah, there we go. Now, if this returns oscillator, and I like this. So on the 45, right, you got the returns oscillator turning down right here. No div, no divs. You got a negatively correlated candle underneath there, right? And you're already, DLP's down here messing around past the 95% confidence interval too. And this returns oscillator, if you see this returns oscillator turn up right here on the 45, when this thing closes in 4.5 minutes, and you get a positively correlated candle underneath it, and you can see that negatively correlated candle pretty much just sucked up. Correlation is just in limbo right now. Zeros, nothing going on it. But if you do see that turn up, I mean, that's just bull div, right? Got all these lower lows on the 45, higher lows on the returns oscillator. Entropy's totally random. Z-score setting up some hidden bull. Yeah, from right there. Yes, no, it's not actually. Take that back. A little bit from that candle. Yeah, nothing to write home to mama about, that's for sure. Mama, long Bitcoin or long SPY. See, you get so addicted to you don't even know what the hell you're looking at anymore. P-Funk was in here. Yasha can attest. I'll be looking at charts, thinking I'm looking at one thing, look up, it's like, what the hell am I doing? I just like charts.
I see divs everywhere, so I may as well look at charts.
It's good to be out of the mountains. At least I don't see that every day. It'd be like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We need a mining operation to come in here, take the top off that one right there. We need to build up this area right here. It's going to be a good winter. I used to try to predict the winters by the divergence of the mountains. We got some strong bull div this winter. Bring the snow. Them days are over, though. Anybody that's skied a lot knows how much it just beats the shit out of you. Imagine doing like 5 days a week for 20 fucking years. At least in the winters. Crazy, man. Literally beat you up. All right. 45 and a 90. And SPY. Yeah, this Z-score on SPY is low too, right? Starting to set up some hidden bull div. But yeah, 90. We got positively correlated return oscillator on the 90. Yeah, but the 4 hour, the returns oscillator is negatively correlated as well. So, and I mean, there was a little bit. Let me see. No, there wasn't. No bear div. Entropy on the 4 hour is almost back to there. It is random. All getting ready to get a flash probably on the next candle. At some point here, though, if this volatility on the 4 hour is going to start expanding again, right? You can see the other two AVRs, they're still heading down, where the low length is starting to expand, negatively correlated. So yeah, I need to turn the correlation on for the other two too. It makes it real real noisy. Wow, SPY is really not SPY, Solana. Down 5.3%, huh? Back under 40. Me and MJ were talking last night. Can we get some cheap salamis, please? We put our order in last night for some $30 salamis. That's if you see salami at $30, you're going to see Bitcoin at about probably 21.5, 22, something like that. Maybe even lower. I'll go maybe even lower than that, 21, 21.5. But we know these markets are correlated, so
yep,
it's got to watch old SPY.
But Bitcoin is an uncorrelated asset.
Sure it is. Yeah, they say that, and then you're like,
counter thingy to the traditional markets. It's not. It's different. It's different.
Nah, that's what I tell people. I'm like, so where are you getting this information? I want to see your correlation chart. Can I see your correlation chart? Of course they don't.
Pomp said it.
They don't even have. They don't even know what fucking correlation is. Or at least what they think correlation is and what we know correlation is are two totally different things.
I saw someone said it on CNBC. It must be true.
Yeah, exactly. Those financial advisors, those analysts on CNBC, they know what they're talking about.
I mean, they work on Wall Street and they worked in banks.
Yeah. Do exactly the opposite of what they say, and you will be just fine.
Yep.
So people haven't figured out yet. We just counter trade the so-called analysts. Those people do better off trading traditional TA. You'd be better off just counter trading fucking CNBC. That is no doubt. Or just copycat the Pelosi's trades. You'll be fine. You're just gonna insider trade fucking all the way to the top. Pretty amazing. Pretty freaking amazing. All right, we're back on the spot. This baby needs a flippy dippy. Yep, and there we go. There was that returns oscillator, right? On the 45, turned up. Still no correlation. Still no correlation. And the Fishers are just so they're sleeping on the job here. And yeah, from this one point, and we did this Z score definitely dipped down below the 95% confidence interval. We've got some bull div here on the 45 for sure. DLP's finally starting to turn back. That interesting indeed. I haven't seen enough for that. Here's what I wanted to do though. Let's boom Solana. Woo! Wow. Okay, so the daily range on Solana, trendy, very trendy. Now we're back down here. Hell, pretty much almost just got to the bottom of the monthly. That's looks like it's getting trapped up under this one SD to the downside. Yeah, that's a over here. Solana. God, it is just pouring out. Ah, 25. Let's send a 15. Wow. I don't even have to look. That bitch is way outside. Well, three. Yeah, that would be a good place to start right there. I didn't have to change anything. You see, I mean, boom. I mean, opened up right on top of that 99.7 Laplace right there. So that was a 95.4% chance. 3. But if we throw this on a 3, we'll see something. Yeah, way outside. Just starting to get back in the 99.7. We're right now. Open up a new 15-minute candle. 12 minutes. Boom, it will be inside. But there, boom, just right at it right now. Literally. Sitting right on top of it. 40.1150. 40.1050. Yeah, 15 minutes. Volatility still just crammed up to the top side. Interesting indeed. What's we doing? What are we doing, Solami? Yeah, you're going to want to see everything close up on top of its monthly and weekly ranges. For sure, Solana's down below the weekly. Tight weekly, I might add. Super tight daily, above the tight weekly, above the monthly. Everything's set up for this to go to the top side. I read a post earlier, I think it was Yasha, just saying, yeah, everything looks good for a continuation of the top side, which I agree. Just getting this little. So why can't it just be sustained? Why does it have to pull back? Well, because all these dumbasses love to use leverage, and they just got wrecked. Everybody using leverage probably got wrecked today already.
Yeah.
Because they're still in swing trades. They're still in swing trades from this move. Right? And so then you look where price drops to on Bitcoin. Right? And look where that move started. And if people just say people get in the move here somewhere, where do you think they're putting their stop losses? What do you think they're using? And they're all being taught the same bullshit. Right? Yep. They're either using the ATR or who the fuck knows what they're using. They're little goofy moving averages or whatever. They're little cloud.
Or even more stupid, they stick it at 10% loss or 5% loss. The most obvious lines you can stick it at for the exchanges to know exactly where your stop is. And they see it anyway because it's in their data.
Totally. And then you see, whoop, look at the pulp right below. I mean, everybody, they just got stopped out or liquidated. Or liquidated. That's what these moves are.
Yep.
That's what this market does to people.
And you look at all those fake outs at the top of that rise yesterday when it kept like bumping up and up and up and then just came like started walking down, and that's when the hopium kicks in people, and you can see a little spike there before it dropped down again. It's like, yeah, that's exactly where people just hopiumed in and just, like, oh, it's going to go back up now. Like, really? Because that's not what the volatility or ND entropy indicated. Right. And yeah, people holding on to those losses, and now they were probably in a profit yesterday, and now they're probably not. They're in a red because they were, I got to swing trade this and get in on the ultimate position because some YouTube monkey said so. Yeah. Okay. There's your YouTube monkey prize.
Literally, first day of the week, we almost hit the R2 on the weekly. The R3 was at 25K. So I even said, I was like, yeah, we're going to have massive trend, but it's not going to be all to the top side. It's going to get capped at 25. I got within like what, $750, turns right around, whoop, right back down through the weekly range. Are we trending? Fuck yeah, we're trending. First 2 days of the week, holy shit. Yeah. Massive. But it changed direction.
It went up and down. How can that be the trend? Because the trend can go in either direction. That's why.
Exactly. For sure. Let me see here.
And it does.
Yes, it do.
Anyone who thinks you can trade volatile assets and not see sudden movements going the other direction, well, you don't know what it means to trade a volatile asset then.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That's why you got to have them fast fingers, especially if you want to trade low time frame.
Yeah.
Or do yourself a favor. If it's easier for you, trade the 15-minute. Be happy. That's easy. Easier. I gotta always say easier. But yeah.
It's the easy button.
Yeah.
The old Staples easy button.
Yeah. I mean, 15-minute is fantastic for monitoring trends on cryptos and stuff. And or 10-minute. 10 minutes is really great.
Right.
Personally, I like the 1, the 3, the 5, the 10, the 15, all that stuff up to the 15. That's great. But like, I like to trade lower, but I can definitely see the joy of trading the 15 if I frankly had the time for it more.
Right. Yeah, 15-minute. I like.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super powerful to give you an idea of what's going on, and then you make your entries like you always say, do your entries on the 5 minutes and stuff. Dude, the 5 minute is incredible for trading Bitcoin, and so is the 3 minute, frankly. It's a lot easier than the 3 minute, than the 1 minute in terms of having to do speed calculations and stuff and trying to figure out what your position is and get in. Yeah. I just like the 1 minute. I'm used to it, but like the 3, that's a really good one. And I know P-Funk uses that a lot, so shout out to him for being a strong reminder of the beauty of the 3 minute as well, and the 10-minute. He likes those. I know that, but those are really good time frames to trade, in my opinion. Right. For whatever that's worth. Probably nothing. This is not avocado peeling advice.
Right. Remember my brother called me one time. He's like, how do I peel this avocado? I was like, you don't peel avocados. You scoop them out. Just had to show him. It's like, take a fucking knife, run it around, fucking break it in half, pull the fucking core out, scoop it out. Yeah. Oh, I thought you peeled them. It's like, can you please make a YouTube video when you're peeling an avocado? I want to watch. Hey man, there's a big seed in the middle of this.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, yeah, cut across in the top, put it in fucking water when it roots, and plant it. You have a little avocado
That's
fucking
right.
tree.
Yep. They grow nice, man. Those are nice fruit trees. They
Yeah.
grow huge.
You
I
got
mean, those things get up to
time.
70 meters tall and shit. Like, that's a big tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Had a friend out in Southern Cali. God, their backyard was just amazing. Couple grapefruit trees, couple fucking orange trees, avocados, fucking you name it. Just all kinds of just fucking fruit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Just walk
This is
out
a
in the
very big
backyard,
fruit.
grab a grapefruit, cut it in half, fucking.
Yeah. Good
So,
times.
good
Here I've
time.
got lemons. I got lemons here. So when my trees give me lemons, I literally would make lemonade and other
Yeah,
lemon things.
exactly. What do you
Yeah.
do with lemons? I make lemonade, baby.
Yeah. Lemonades, lemon dressing for all kinds of salads and stuff, or all kinds of whatever. You can make lemon cake, lemon pie, lemon. There's no shortage of zesty, yummy, lemony things you can make.
All right.
So, yeah, I agree with. Good times.
Yeah.
Look at these charts, dude. I am having fun today.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see how this plays out over this fine day.
Yeah.
How it goes in the close of the night. See what SPY ends up doing. I do have a feeling that this thing's going to bounce for sure. Came down here,
Yep.
tested that one SD to the downside. Let's see if SPY bounces now. All right, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern
See
Standard.
you later, man.
All right. See you guys.